Yo and hello everybody. Mike here, baseball collector. That's my buddy JT, Triple Crown 24 sports cards. JT, I've already packed your hat, man. I've got the Triple Crown 24 hat ready to go to wear to the National. Let's just go to Chicago tomorrow. What do you think? I think we should just go tomorrow.
You know what? I'm going to cancel all my other plans and let's do it, man. I'm ready.
Okay. I like it. Hopefully, and what I want this to be tonight is very interactive. It's kind of a tailgate party celebration as JT leaves to hype up for the National. Get ready. Do you have to switch shirts or something? Do you have to change your?
No, the dogs decided to start the squeaky toy right as the recording starts. So just trying to block that out.
So yeah, tonight's just going to be a hangout. Talk about the National, talk about the show, what we're looking forward to. Probably won't be a terribly long stream, maybe an hour-ish would be my guess, because I feel like it feels like as we get, year after year, JT, and I'd love your opinion on this, like more and more people come out with National content, which is great, right? But at the same time, it's like, how many more times can you hear wear comfortable shoes, right?
Okay, that's yeah, I can only. That's a good one. Good meme. Good meme. Yeah, there's only so many tips and tricks to go around. If you don't know your tips and tricks by now, you better catch up and get on the crash course because we're less than 24 hours away. We're going to have day 0 recap videos up this time tomorrow night.
That's right. That is right. So we are T-1 day right now. I just put the link in the comments. So if anybody wants to join on that's going to the show, you want to talk about it, you want to get hyped with us, feel free to click on that link. Come on in. JT and I would love to chat with you. I hope to have some other people come on later that I've talked to already. And JT, are you most excited? Is this the third time we've stayed together at the National?
Yeah, this will be my 4th National overall, which is kind of crazy to think about, but
I remember when you were but a young lad.
I still kind of am.
Chris, come on, man, get in here. Why are you just making comments? And are you going to carry JT around a baby Bjorn? I love it. I love it.
John, my feet would appreciate that.
We're asking if Orlando will be at the meetup. I would guess yes. In fact, let's talk about that, JT. Thursday night, Embassy Suites, 7:00. Did you go? You went to the last one that was in Chicago, right? 2 years ago or whatever?
I did.
I have a hard time trying to tell people how to get to that little space because it's around that little wall that you walk up the stairs, on either side. There's no easy way to say it, is there?
I would say use the buddy system. Find a buddy who knows where they're going and just stick with them. Like I usually tag along with a group of guys. They'll say, "Oh, we're hanging out. We're going over here," and they just follow. So find someone who knows what they're doing. That's the best way I could describe it to you, because that's what I do. So.
Are you looking forward to the get together on Thursday?
Yeah, I mean that's the best part of it is the people. It's cliche, but it's true. And when I'm on the show floor, it's a bit different where you want to talk and hang out with people and kind of look around and stuff, but you want to buy your cards at the same time too, whereas there's not as many distractions. Now, there could be an impromptu trade night that breaks out just down the hall, but there's less distractions where maybe you won't be so caught up. It's more relaxed. You can chill out, kind of come and go as you please. So yeah, it's a good time. What about you?
I'm excited and nervous because I really don't know how many people are going to show up. I think it's going to be pretty awesome, but I mean, everybody I talk to is they'll be there, but that's not that many people. I guess I don't know. I just, if it could be. I've said this. It could be 20 people or 200. I don't know. I will have fun no matter what, and it'll be great. So, John, you can come in. Anybody, the link is, I'll put it again. Nobody seems to want to chat tonight. Come on board. This is open mic night. You can come on and, say bad things about me. We can talk about rock autos, whatever you want to do. Is that too soon, JT? Rock autos?
Not soon enough.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are starting their travel tomorrow, to head in there. You're starting early in the morning. And of course, Carlos, it's never too soon to start talking about rock autos, I think. But you'll be there. You're going to actually, thank you very much. You're going to pick me up at the airport. We have our first guest tonight.
Who will be?
All the way from Missouri. Hey, Chris.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
I did it right for the first time. Boy, look at my growth, Mike. In 9 months, look how I've grown. I've got on a streamline without hearing double.
I am like a proud father, Chris.
Sensei.
Uh-oh. Somebody get a jug.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
What's up, guys?
I got my quality mic.
Good.
Yeah, I do too. My camera's turned sideways, so.
The best part is I'm already in Chicago.
Yeah. How is it?
Nice. The wife and I, we had butter burgers from Culver's last night. What was the Culver's? What was tonight?
Portillo's.
Yeah, Portillo's. I had the beef and sausage.
Are you coming Thursday night?
Absolutely.
There you go. See?
That's a Chicago staple, Portillo's.
Yes. It's
in the chat. Portillo's or Giordano's, pick one.
By the way, Thursday night will be Giordano's, so you'll get to have both, Snoop.
Awesome.
Uh-oh, now the party's really rolling.
Oh, John.
Oh, boy.
Man, I saw my man Snoop jump on. I've been talking to Snoop for like 3 hours, several times a week about the National.
Well, now you can talk to him a little bit more. John, last year was your first National being a part of the community, and you went to what is going on out there? Jeez.
You drag racing.
High-speed chase out there.
Snoop is racing somebody.
No, Hellcat.
John, what would you say about the get-together and how cool it is?
The Thursday night get-together is my highlight, Mike. That's the best part of the show. The Friday night get-together, too, is nice. But that Thursday night was the highlight of my show, honestly. That's a great get-together.
Yeah, lots of people you may not know. I mean, nobody's ever met Snoop before, so that'll be good. Snoop, do you want to talk to us or your wife? I don't know. You tell me, man.
No, I'm just parked at the shopping center. I had to go find a paint pen to get some stuff signed. But yeah, she's going shopping.
Cool. What are you getting signed?
Football helmets.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Are you getting that Merino?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not for $350 just for him to write his name. No.
These autograph prices have just gotten outrageous.
All of them have.
What's it cost to get Derek Jeter to sign that SP card?
$1,600.
Yeah, wow. That sounds about right.
Insane.
Yeah, for Jeter to sign anything, I think last year, just any card was, I believe, $1,100.
So he's going to be at the show, and with his arena club, I don't know what day or any. I've seen a Instagram post or something about it. What's funny is I think all you have to do with them, they're so desperate for business. You only have to send 3 cards in for grading. You get a free Derek. No, I'm joking. But that'd be cool if you get a free Derek Jeter out. But you only have to submit 3 cards. Please just give us cards. I don't know how any company can make it now, starting up.
Yeah, I tell you, autographs have really blown up in the last, 5 years. Really blown up.
So what's interesting, I have a buddy, in fact, a guy that I work with literally in the same office. He works for TriStar and does the national and all their other big shows. And he's in the back. He said over the last 3 years, especially, it's gone from mostly memorabilia stuff to almost exclusively cards. Everybody's getting cards autographed now. And we have another little buddy joining in, half naked, of course, as always. I get to look at that for the next week right there, guys. In my hotel room.
Hey, man, Jeannie can't be the only one bringing the pipes to the party.
Who's sharing a bed with Mike from Canada?
Andy.
They got a special relationship, yes, right?
They do. They have a history together. We don't want to break up that tandem. Let's see. What Perez Steels am I looking to pick up at the National? I only need like the really expensive ones now. So I probably won't pick up any, quite frankly. I need Campanella. That would be I'd like to pick up a Campanella. But we'll see. Where's Orlando? He's in the chat, but he obviously doesn't want to join in tonight.
Orlando's in every chat.
He is. He's like he's
a card collecting professional.
He gets around more than a nickel hooker. You know? Yeah,
he's usually the first one in every chat too.
Yeah, this is not the G-rated chat for the night.
Yeah, nickel hookers. This is it. Atlantic City this year, brother.
That's true. Garrett, I thought we talked about the sign, man. It's either on or come on, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Just blow on it. Turn it on a little bit.
Hey, Mike, I wanted to show you neat Perez Steel piece. This is the full puzzle.
Yep.
Of Willie Stargell, and it's signed.
I love those. So
yeah,
I have that. I don't want to. I know where it is, but I have that card. You know, they put the card in with the packs to kind of show people what the full puzzle would look like. And I have the card signed by Stargell, but I don't have the full puzzle. I don't have any of the full puzzles. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen a full puzzle signed like that before. And this is the card you're talking about. And of course, they had the little mini puzzles.
Right.
Yeah.
You have the trifecta there of Stargell Donruss puzzles.
I got it all, man. You know, I got hitting lessons from him. He was my idol growing up. You know, Clemente was my number one, but I'd never got to see Clemente play. And so I got to see Willie Stargell play. And I got hitting lessons from him in Three Rivers Stadium. So he will always be special to me.
Snoop's at a drag racing event tonight, apparently.
No, I've got the window crack.
You got that devil card, didn't you? What's that thing called?
Oh. Oh, the Hellcat or the Demon?
The Hellcat.
No, wife won't let me get it yet.
All right,
yeah,
that's the key word.
Chris, you're new to YouTube, 7 months, but you've been watching for a while. Have you seen the best video ever done on YouTube in the sports card community? If you haven't, it's by Snoop.
The epic rant.
The epic rant.
I don't believe so. So. I will when I get off of here. Then
I have to say though that the remake of it might have even been better, where everybody's impersonating him.
I like the remake.
Did Rick do a remake of it?
Yes.
I've seen it. Yes, I have.
But you need to watch the original by Snoop, and don't children be around. You know, if your elderly grandmother's around, don't let her hear it either. She'll have a heart attack. But it is when I told you when you first got to YouTube, Chris, and I said, hey, make sure you turn your camera this way because Snoop will yell at you. You'll find out why I said that.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound like you're talking in a jug or a funnel. It's like, get yourself a damn mic.
It is
turn the camera around.
It is the most quoted YouTube video I've ever seen. We all love it. I watch it a couple times a year just to have a good time, when I want to put myself in a good mood.
My favorite line is, "I got a $30,000 bass boat in my driveway." Like, it's just Snoop flexing left and right.
Nah, I don't flex.
He just states
Oh.
facts.
Garrett, did you watch the video where I'm talking about getting my LT helmets on?
You make videos?
Every now and then.
No. I'll be honest with you, I didn't, man. I hadn't seen a video from you in a long time.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch that because LT remembers hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, that foot race that didn't happen.
And I can't say the whole thing, but you'll know what I'm talking about how somebody isn't a brother.
Oh, my man Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Davis.
Yeah, Aaron Davis. Thank you.
Yeah, he remembers that.
Is AD there yet?
No, he's not here yet.
Okay.
Now, the best thing about Snoop is he lets his mail stack up for like a year before he opens it.
Oh God.
I don't know how he has that kind of willpower. I can't wait to rip into it.
Man, everybody's on my case tonight. That's fine because I'm already here, so we know I'll be at
Are you in
National.
line, Snoop? Are you in line right now?
No, no.
Oh, it's
But,
gonna be good.
Is there any trade
am-
nights in the parking lot going on right now?
No, but there are a couple dealers staying at the motel I'm staying at.
What kind of dealers?
Sports car dealers.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
staying in
not-
South Chicago.
So it's not Atlantic then.
No, I'm not staying in South Side Chicago. Though there you have pharmaceutical dealers around.
Is anybody going to any White Sox or Cubs games? I think the White Sox are in town today, tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe.
Yeah, they're the only ones. I think the White Sox and then Chicago Sky, their WNBA teams in town Tuesday, and that's it for the city.
Oh wow.
They say they fixed up the stadium a little bit since the last time I was there. For it was just so much concrete and so boring. The last time I was at a ball game there, but I've heard they fixed it up and they make it a lot more pleasant to look at, to be around. But I also was there one time when it was U.S. Cellular Field, and I had a U.S. Cellular phone, and we couldn't get service. So it was crazy.
U.S. Cellular?
Yes, sir. That's a hard word for me to say.
Oh, the Cubs are playing.
That's the industry I'm in.
Tuesday.
U.S. Cellular?
Oh, that's right. It is. It is.
They're a reseller.
Who's printing something? JT? No, it can't be. He's muted. It's got to
That
be
was
here.
Snoop's window.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
let my window down. Yeah, I'm the ass tonight. I'm the asshole.
Chris, who are you? You met a lot of YouTubers last year, the year before. Is there someone now that you're like, man, this person's new and I can't wait to meet him?
Okay. Well, first, before I do that, got John Mangini on here. I go up on Thursday night to the meet and greet, and I'm listening to his story about about getting a flat tire and all that kind of stuff. And man, I'm feeling bad for him. And I watched a couple of his videos then, but did not know the big part of his collection. And I had already picked up but I knew he was from Pittsburgh, and I picked up a 74. I forget what it is. Not, of course he had passed away, but there's a 74 card that's not. And I picked up one in a 4, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try to make this guy Dave feel a little bit better. And I forget who I was talking to. It might have been George. And George says, nah, he's okay. He probably has about 7 of those. But no, I tell you, it's going to be different for me since I wasn't a YouTuber, I was a lurker, and but I'm looking forward to see some of the new guys. There's Theo. It's a wonder Theo's not begging to get on this show, because I swear he's been jumped on more live streams. I saw that he tried to get on a Guy Fieri cooking show the other day, I think. But Theo and Matt, the Card Story, and I'm looking for Mike from Canada again. We went Strongsville together, and he can't help but have fun when he's around. So I can't wait. I can't wait to meet everybody.
I'm looking forward to rooming with Rick.
Please tell me you're bringing those with you.
Absolutely. We're going to walk around and, complain about Pelican cases and shit.
That's going to be awesome, dude.
That's funny. Good fun.
Yeah, make sure you got your Beckett magazine with you.
I'm going to be trading all my vintage Babe Ruths for Ja Morant.
Jason says he's a lurker trying to get up the courage to start a channel. What would you tell him, Chris?
Just push play. Just push play. You were trying to get me on for 2 years, and I'm not scared of crowds or anything. For some reason, I'm scared of that. But just push play.
Actually, I think you should push record. If you just push play, nothing. You won't record anything. Sorry.
See, I need you to interpret for me.
Chris, I got to hear this story. Vince says that you came up to him last year at the meet and greet and told him you thought he was an ass when you first started watching this channel.
I did. He would flex with those really cool, his mantles and all that kind of stuff, and flex his cards, and he would say stuff like, "I don't care what this costs. I'm not getting rid of it," and just different things like that. And I was scared of the first time in Chicago. I was scared of Blue Jacket 66, because when I first clicked his very first channel that I watched, he was all sweaty after a workout inside his car, yelling at how dumb people are that collect. And I thought, oh, geez, I was scared to even watch this channel, but yeah, I did. I went up to him and I said, "Man, I thought you were an ass," and I thought he was taller. And then neither one of them was that true, So yeah, he's a good guy, real good guy.
Orlando says, "I told Vince I loved him, but I don't." John, are you bringing any nunchucks? That's the question on the table right now.
No.
Get you live on the main stage.
Hey, Mike, if somebody's clicking to try to get in, somebody's sitting in the bullpen to get on,
Yeah,
you can kick me off anytime and tell me to come back on later on if you want to.
okay.
You won't. As long as John buys me a drink at the National.
You got it. You got it, my man.
Okay.
Ed's asking if the last few years, everywhere we've gone, there's been a casino, and I tend to do okay. Not like, but I win $200, $300, $400, and that allows me to buy a card that I might not otherwise would have bought, because it's easier to spend found money than your money you worked for. And I can't get anybody, Ed, to go to the casino with me. I'm telling you, nobody wants to go. So I may not. The streak may end. And that's okay. That's not the end of the world. But we've got – I just put the link in the channel. If somebody else wants to come on, talk about the show, feel free. I'll kick Chris off. Anybody out there?
Where's the casino?
There's one not far, like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's not far. Yeah, it's
What's
not
your
far
game?
from the convention center.
What do you play?
Blackjack. I play poker, but I have to play blackjack there because they don't have poker. So, but I'd love Vince to come on. New York Yanks fan 7. He should come on.
Well, Mike, I'm gonna hop off because got to round up the wife from shopping over here.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Save some of that baseball card money.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you guys at the
See you,
show.
brother Snoop.
See you, Snoop. See you soon.
See you, Snoop.
All right, there's an open spot now. Oh,
Mike, when you play blackjack, do you play like straight up by the book, or you go by your feel or gut quite a bit?
So I play progressive blackjack. If I lose a bet, I double. If I lose the bet again, I double. That cost me big time in I'll tell this story because we're live. It's okay. I was in Vegas at the Collectors. Hey, Sammy, by the way. At the Collectors Mint or whatever that show was called that Beckett did. Remember that? What's that thing where they have all the industry? It's the B2B thing. What is that thing called again?
Industry Summit.
Industry Summit?
No, maybe. Anyway, I was in Vegas, and I got to where I was betting $400 on a hand of blackjack, which normally I'm like $10 blackjack's kind of my thing, but it had gotten so bad that Mint Collective. Thank you, Ed. And I had $400. Well, I got eights. Well, you split eights, right? So I split eight. So I put another 400 down. Then I got another eight. Now I'm playing three hands. I split that one. Then I ended up losing $1,600 on that hand. I lost all four hands, and it really sucked. It pissed me off. Because I was up like 2,500 at the
Dude,
time.
that's a lot of Harold Baines, dude.
Well,
Mike, I saw this guy playing progressive blackjack. He was trying to flex for his son and his friends. In a few minutes, I watched him get down 50 grand and then get kicked off the table because he was over the limit.
yeah.
He was sweating bullets, man.
Oh,
Because he was just trying to get to even. He was just flexing, really. And he just kept losing and losing and losing. I never saw anybody lose so many hands in a row. And he kept doubling down, doubling down, doubling down.
well, Sammy, what's going on with you, man? Are you excited about tomorrow?
Yeah, no, it's pretty much I've gotten kind of everything prepped because I'm leaving Wednesday, but I'd rather just kind of get packed, everything settled, all like I'm pretty much packing up all the card savers and top loaders, supplies I think are going to be important to bring. So also maybe some trade bait as well. That's some stuff I'm gonna bring with me.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So last night we were screwing around, chatting a little bit with JT and Garrett. Some of us were talking, and I was thumbing through a box, and I found an Ellie De La Cruz Panini patch numbered to 5, dual patch. I'm like,
Nice.
oh, I'd probably bring that to trade it because I don't need it.
Was that like a card that at the time before Ellie blew up, there was like just a card that went by the wayside at the time, or was this?
I pulled it in a box before he was in it, and I just stuck it in a box.
So that's amazing.
What are the comps on that thing?
I think JT, what were you saying? 250-ish, 300 maybe.
Well, there was the 101 that sold for $3,000, and I thought he was BSing me when he said that, but no, he wasn't. It was true. It actually did sell. So who really knows? But probably like $400 at most.
Is anyone
Hopefully
going to trade night? There's trade night. So Jason, if you're going to the show and you've never been to Chicago, at least last time, there's trade nights every hotel, every lobby, every night, all night. So
There's trade nights at your meet and greet. There's trade nights at your meet and greet.
They're amazing to see. That's quite the experience.
Sammy, did you go last time in Chicago?
No. Atlantic City was the first one, actually.
Okay.
I think it's cool how there's starting to be different genres of trade night. There's a TCG one, there's a Star Wars one, now there's a wrestling one. I think it's cool that everyone's kind of getting their own niche for the trade nights.
Has anybody gotten into like the soccer cards? I mean, it seems like that's kind of booming. A lot of people are trying to find Messi cards and so forth.
Yeah, that does seem to be booming.
Messi plays for Miami club now, and I know here in Cincinnati, I don't think you can get a ticket to when they play FC Cincinnati for under $1,000. And people are going nuts because Messi is in the U.S. now.
That's wild. So
that's cool though.
Living legend, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I lived in Cincy for a while.
What part?
Mason, up near
That's-
Kings Island.
That's where I'm at. So
That might be the
Is that
greatest
where you're at?
comment
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
I used to
in
watch
my
the fireworks from Kings Island every night. My wife and I go out and have some cocktails and watch
That's harsh.
fireworks.
That's harsh.
When we
They're
first
about to
moved
go
in.
off here in 30 minutes.
JT,
Ouch.
can you give us a little thumbnail, like just for fun, of our?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just take a screenshot real quick.
No, you got to show the one that you always show. Come on.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you thought he looked like Toby Keith, then how about now?
I'm getting punched in the face tomorrow for that, by the way.
If you're lucky, the face.
So, John, who are you staying with?
I'm staying with Rick.
Okay. What hotel?
You know what? That's a good question. I forget. I better find out before I land.
It's probably a good idea.
The Lowe's. I forget. He booked the hotel and nobody. He didn't have a roommate, so I was on the cusp if I was going or not. So one day I just decided and booked the ticket. So I'm excited to go. I got a little. One of my best dearest friends just passed away, and I had to go up to Pittsburgh for the funeral, and just got back, and I'm a little sick. So I'm trying to nurse myself back to health before I have to fly out on Wednesday. So I've been pumping up the vitamin C and zinc.
There you go. You're staying at the Lowe's. Rick just clarified.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey, I'll be getting a Barry Sanders rookie signed, the tops. I did his other one the last time I was in Chicago.
You'll have plenty of time, Dan, to get to the meet and greet. We'll go. Who knows how late the pizza doesn't even get there till 7:30. So it'll still be going. Come on by.
Where is the meet and greet this year?
Embassy Suites.
Embassy.
Same place as it was, right, Mike?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Last year was my first national in Atlantic City.
Which is crazy, John. As long as you've been in the hobby, and it's just crazy that was your first national.
Yeah, I used to stay home and just buy all kind of deals on eBay during the national because nobody's bidding on anything. That's when I got my best deals, and right afterwards, I would buy lots of stuff. People trying to dump inventory in the old days. They may not have that issue now, but for a number of years, that was a good strategy.
John, I'm curious. When you go to a table, are you going to ask, like, if you're looking for a rookie card, are you going to say first year card or rookie card?
Well, I don't look for rookie cards, so I don't know. I've never been a rookie card junkie. You have to get them because I'm working on my sets and stuff, so I have to have them. But quite frankly, my strategy was always to get all their other cards first, because I could get all their other cards for the same price I'd pay for one. So I would just fill them in when I had an opportunity. So now I have every rookie card, every rookie card from 54 on, except for the Pete Rose floating head. That's the only one I need.
Me too.
I just never would pay the money for it.
There was a guy at one of the shows I was setting up at, and he somehow came in contact with some guy who had like a binder full of old vintage, and one of the cards was the Pete Rose, and he had first dibs, I guess. And the guy went up to him and he's like, sold it to him, sold it for $400. And the card was at least, I would say, if I had to guess, maybe a 2 or a 3. I was just blown away by that deal that he made.
I'd pay $400 for one, no problem. Even a lower grade look that
little. They just, I've never seen it go for that little.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to need one for my set, but the 63 set, and I never really cared for the Aaron and Mays in that set either, so I never got those. Like, I have the rest of the run near sets from all those sets, but I need those 3 big ones for the 63, and that's really the only year I need big cards. So at some point, I'll probably pull the trigger on them.
So what, the Stargell, the Rose, and
I have the Stargell, and I have all the other ones.
So go around. I'm going to go start with JT. Go around. Each of us, I think, will have a different answer for different reasons to this question of what are the best days. Oh, snap. Here we go. All right, Chris, you're off. But answer the question first, and then I'll kick you off.
Well, I think the best days are Thursdays, but you're talking to a guy that's only been to two nationals and two national conventions, and the reason I say that is Wednesday. There's 3 or 4 dealers there right now that I've already talked to about some player runs that I'm working on and some deals that I'm already trying to probably already have set up. So I'm not going to their tables on purpose. And so I get there early on Thursday, and I did my most damage on Thursdays. 2 years ago, Mike, you had a group there early, and you did a video on a Willie Mays rookie. And I waited all Wednesday to go to that same table, and the Willie Mays was still there. And so I did not buy it. And so I went Thursday. It was still there, and I purchased it. You know, I gave you a day. But I thought Thursday was the best day in Chicago, and Thursday was the best day for me at the convention in Atlantic City. Dave, good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Chris. Nice to see you. See you at the show.
All right. See you guys there. Thanks, Mike.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
What's up, Blue Jacket?
Nothing. Just been off work a little while and been checking in on the show, see what you guys are talking about. Not much.
What's your favorite day?
Oh, I don't know. I think probably Friday. It's usually kind of a wide open day for me. I mean, Thursday we have the meet and greet and some stuff going on before that, and then Friday's kind of wide open. And Friday after Friday you have all of Saturday, so it's kind of the first free wide open day. Maybe sleep in a little bit, not hurrying around. So probably Friday.
JT?
I like Wednesday because the same thing happens every time where I walk in and I tell myself I'm not going to be overwhelmed, and then I get overwhelmed, and I'm allowed to kind of run around for a few minutes and kind of figure out where everything is, and then it allows me to pace myself the rest of the week. So I like Wednesday just because you can kind of get over the initial excitement and then get down to business later on.
John?
My favorite day is any day that I could finally meet Dave in person.
When are you getting there? Wednesday?
I get in, Wednesday around dinner time, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'll be at this. I hope to get there for door opening at 4, but I'm going to try to drop immediately by SGC and drop off some cards to Reholder. They never did answer me on whether or not I should bring a pre-completed form or not. So I'm not going to. But I just have, I think, 3 cards to Reholder, so it shouldn't take long to fill those out. But that's where I'm going straight to, and then I'll take a quick run around, I think.
I'm sure.
Shopping, sure. I'm just going to be enjoying the layout.
Yeah, I'm sure I will too. My favorite day was Thursday. And quite honestly, like everything I saw that I had interest in was still there, all week. I thought last year, there wasn't a lot of budging on price. So I really didn't miss out on anything except for the one card that Rick snaked from me. The National City Marichal.
All right. Garrett, your favorite. You haven't been since 2016, so what are you looking forward to most? Just getting back in the swing of it?
I mean, you're just immersed in cardboard. I mean, how can it get any better than that? Friends in cardboard. But I do remember from when I went the last time, just the weekend was so damn packed, man. Come Saturday, it was like, you better hope you bought everything you wanted to buy then, because you might be on the second or third row at a booth looking over people's shoulders. It's very packed on the weekends.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, if anybody hasn't been there, it's overwhelming. I mean, after 2 days, there was a whole section I still had not gotten to. And I turned to the Misfits and I said, I'm embarrassed to say this and don't repeat it, but I'm actually tired of looking at baseball cards. That gets exhausting after a couple days. It's overwhelming.
So I'm a big believer in taking a break, you know, because go spend a few hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, then get off the floor for an hour and just relax or sit down somewhere or something, because it's just so much, you know. We got
Yeah.
a question for Dave. Dave, you have the best collection I know. That's John's insulted, but that's all right.
Not
Inquiring,
me. Dave has the best collection I know.
inquiring minds want to know, what will you be buying at the National?
I will probably be buying nothing at the National. I've been to a bazillion Nationals. The prices are high. It's there's nothing that I'm going to see at the National that I won't see in Robert Edwards auctions and Heritage Platinum and Huggins and Scott. All those are going, and there are some exciting cards in there. And rarely ever at the National do I see anything that like really excites me. And I'm at the point in my collecting now. I'm not buying a card that just doesn't make me froth at the mouth. So I'm going just for fun. Will I buy something? I might. But I do not go, nor have I ever gone looking for a particular card, because I get so OCD that I would just be very have so much tunnel vision and looking for that card. It would ruin my experience. So I'm not going looking for anything in particular. There's a couple sets I might want to try to fill out. 70 football set, I think, but really nothing. We'll see. I may come away with something. I may not.
Dave, I have a follow-up
A few
question.
things I've wanted to buy there before that I passed on. I've deeply regretted it. So if I do see something that, hey, I really should want to buy that, I will probably not pass on it, but we'll see.
I have a quick follow-up question, and it's back in the National, back in the day, was it weird with dinosaurs walking around the cards? Did you have any condition issues with back then, or what?
Yeah, the tables were rumbling, and yeah. Actually, things were set up on card tables, and cards were kind of just laid out flat, like when you have these
like on the rocks. They just
shows.
put them on the rocks and stuff. You didn't even have tables back then.
Yeah.
I have a real follow-up question for Dave. So you were talking about all those auction houses. I imagine there's 1 or 2 cards in those auctions coming up that you're probably looking at. Will you go by those booths and like look at them in person?
Yeah, I think I said in my last video that
that has to be a perk.
The big auction houses usually have a portion of their offering set out to view. You know, they'll each, REA and Heritage all will have, I don't know, maybe 100 different cards out, and those are just fun to look at. I mean, it's fun to look at. For me, it's fun to look at cards I can never have and never afford. The biggest card I looked at my last National, I skipped last year, was the Tip Top Red Label Mantle. That is my big white whale. I'm sure I'll never own it, but just standing there and looking at it was a big kick for me. So yeah, I'll go look at all the cards. If nothing else, the National should be a learning experience, because every booth you're liable to see something that you're not familiar with, and perhaps the dealer will tell you about it and let you hold it, and it's like looking through a Sears catalog in Christmas in 1970, all the things you want. You're not going to get them all, but it's fun looking. It's just as fun looking as buying sometimes.
Dave, I have a follow-up question for you. I had always heard, like, if you can't find it at the National, you can't find it. And so last year was my first one, and I noticed that I didn't see a lot of the rare cards, the more obscure sets. I didn't see a lot of that. Is that your experience?
Yeah.
Was I not looking in the right place?
If I have a high dollar nice card, I'm not putting it out at the National for people to haggle over. I think I'm paying too much. I'm putting it in a nice big auction house and having the world bid on it.
Yeah.
So they're not there for sale. If they're sale, the people put out museum pieces. I mean, you'll see PSA 8 mantles, and you'll see some, PSA 7 green cobs, but they'll want too much money for them in all likelihood. There's beautiful cards there, but no, I mean, I agree with you that Again, most of the stuff that I'm interested in over the next month won't be in the national. They're in these auction houses.
Yeah, I found myself, the prices were really high on a few things that I wanted, and they wouldn't budge. And I came home and found them after the national for far less. So
Well, I'm
I'm not
very
really going
good
there
at-
with any preconceived notions. It's like if I find something, have a good deal. Like I did get a good deal, a really good deal on a '59 Bazooka Mazeroski, and a few other minor cards. But
That's
for the
because
most
nobody
part,
else
I
wants
thought they
that
were
card.
overpriced.
Okay.
Sammy, what's your favorite day at the show?
I don't have much experience on it just because last year I was only there for one day, but I'm anticipating that probably Thursday or Friday. I'm going from Wednesday to Wednesday and leaving Saturday, so I anticipate Thursday or Friday. I mean, it seems like Saturday's probably the best, despite the traffic, just because I think as the days progress, certain cards won't move. So dealers will be not as reluctant to hold back on making deals. So I'd imagine that Saturdays or Sundays are obviously probably the best days, but we'll see.
You see Vince's question there, Dave? Is the D304 Cobb on your want list?
Well, no, the Mathewson is. Not
Probably
the
won't
Cobb,
see one of those.
Mathewson. Why does he ask? I wonder. But
I don't know. He may just be looking out for you while he's walking around.
Hey, Dave, if you come across the rice sticks, Dizzy and Daffy Dean, let me know.
I've heard you mention that before, and I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a more obscure Dizzy Dean. They only made Dizzy and Daffy, and it'd be nice to have both of them. They're a little pricey. The ones I
That's
saw
a
some
card?
at the national. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard you
A
mention
regular
that before.
size
I've never
card.
heard of that.
Yeah, I saw some at the national last year. They weren't in the best condition. They didn't have the greatest eye appeal, and they were expensive, so I passed.
I asked Mike if he would make a video where everybody listed a card or two that was on their want list so everybody could at least have that in the back of their brain. He said he was going to do it, but he didn't do it.
That sounds like typical Mike.
Yeah. Been a little busy.
Yeah.
The answer to
Hey,
this,
boys, I'm going to sign off here because I see there's a bunch of dudes in here that I know are going to be at the show that probably want to hop in. I'll be in the chat. So see you, fellas.
all right.
See, I'm gonna jump off too. I got to go take some more vitamin C, so I'm strong.
Holy shit.
All right, buddy.
Hey, thanks for letting me join.
Of course, John. See you tomorrow, or see you this week.
See you soon.
All right.
Is he driving again?
I think he's flying.
Yeah.
I think he's flying. You're driving.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be bad. It's like a 5.5 hour drive.
JT, what's your drive? 8?
5.
Oh, okay.
Are you setting up?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm big enough for that. But there's a question good thing you mentioned that. There's a question in the chat from 562. Do any of you buy knowing it's an overpriced card? I'll say this from my experience, just talking to people who I know who do set up at this show, it costs an extraordinary amount to set up at this show when you factor in like the all-in cost, even if it's just one table. And you better believe that they are passing that on to the buyer most of the time. Everyone there is going to have the nicest PSA 5 1960 Topps mantle. Everybody there has the nicest Aaron rookie for the assigned grade. I see it all the time where it's priced up high. So you probably will, but there are benefits to it. You don't have to have it shipped to you. You get to inspect it in person, which if you're buying something that's particularly condition sensitive, that's a nice perk. I mean, Mike can attest to this. Some of the big cards that he's picked up, he's had all of us look at before and tell us what he thinks, and that's just something you can't do on an eBay listing. So there's benefits to it, and yeah, you're paying for the experience a little bit too, but it's worth it if it's the right card.
There's something about buying in person too that's cool.
There
and
is.
fun. I mean,
And you
it's worth it.
remember.
That's probably worth a 10% premium is to buy the card and to show your pals your card. I mean, that's fun. That's damn fun.
I think it
So-
also kind of factors in you have your hand on the card, you see it visually, you're not looking at a photograph.
Yeah.
So that kind of that factors in a lot, I think, in terms of paying a little bit of a premium.
Yeah, the friend factor is huge. Andrew is my card whisperer, so if I'm looking at any card, big card, I'm like, Andrew, get over to booth whatever I'm at, come look at this and talk me out of it. And usually it's probably 50-50. There's times he's talked me out of buying stuff, and times he said, no, you need to go ahead and get that. Ed makes a good point that I think JT mentioned: no shipping, no taxes, but they're also not having to pay eBay fees. So I always have this argument when a dealer says, well, you don't have to pay shipping or tax. And I'm like, well, you don't have to pay eBay fees. I'm giving you cash. So it's kind of a wash, right? But having friends to convince you or inspect the card also, and showing it off to him, like Dave's talking about. Adam's mentioning his 52 Mays last year that we looked at. It was just an authentic. He ended up sending it off and got an SGC 2.5. So I don't know. They must have had a minimum grade on it when they sent it in or something. Yeah. Rick says, if I see something I might not see again, I will overpay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He knows
today's, that's tomorrow's bargain on some of these cards.
Yeah, today's
You don't
high
see it
prices.
that often, and you really want to just pay up for it, because 2 years down the line, you'll be most of the time happy you did.
Yeah, it's I mean, Sammy, you were only there a day last year, so you didn't have time to get where John was talking about. Where I remember by Friday, Saturday, I'm almost like done. Usually, I'm out of money. Dave knows this. He wants me to not run out. He wants me to not run out of money.
This is what needs to happen. When you show up at the show, find one of your YouTube friends, give them half your cash, and say, "Hold this for me till Friday."
Don't,
because I have no self-control whatsoever. It's completely ridiculous.
He's so right. So right. I'm pretty bad, but I'll try to control myself.
But I understand if you're not seeing something again and wanting to take the plunge. I remember last year I was trying to find those Topps 1969 basketball rulers that they had that came in those packs, and I think only one or two of the dealers had them. And so I was surprised by that. I was trying to figure out, they're not that expensive. Are they just rare, or are they just not as interesting so dealers don't bring them? It's like a big mystery to me. I don't know what the case, because I've never really seen them that often. Maybe once every 3 or 4 months at a show I'll catch them.
I do admit part of the problem for me is, and if you're at the show, you'll notice there's mantles everywhere. Like they bring stuff that, again, their table space is valuable space, right? The showcase space is only so big, so they're going to put stuff on there that's pretty liquid. That's why I think what Dave's talking about with the obscure and the rare usually being left out, or the big, the larger items, they just don't get brought a lot by many dealers because they don't have the space to show them properly. And so that's probably the biggest reason, if I had to give an answer.
That's a good point. I mean, because they do take up space, but I guess if you fold them in a proper way, you can expose, the people, at least certain collectors, will know what they are. But you're right, it is a niche market for those. I would just happen to be, I guess, in that small niche group. But we'll see, because I'm looking for the Alcindor 69 ruler, hoping I can find it there.
You can always ask too. Like, there's going to be, as Mike said, they're going to lead with their best foot forward, but they're going to be buying stuff throughout the show, and there's going to be stuff they bring with them to fill back in those holes once something is purchased. So you can always ask, like, hey, do you happen to have this? Some of my best deals came from just asking, do you have any of this stuff? And they have this huge box behind. They say, here, go take a look at this. And then build a stack, make a deal, move along. So that's if you have something specific in mind, don't be afraid to ask.
I totally agree with that.
Good rule of thumb.
The same with grades too. Like you're gonna see like a lot of if you're looking for say mantle, there will probably be a stack, and if they have like a bunch of 68s, the highest grade one is probably going to be the one on top. So if there's a stack, there's probably either more of the same card or more of the same player underneath most of the time, or of the same set. So if you see something that's similar, it might be a good idea to ask. Worst they can say is no.
Yeah, like the Detroit collector saying, dealers will even have cards at the hotel they haven't even brought over to the convention center yet because they just didn't have the space to put them, in their car or whatever. So it's good to check back with guys. I've found when I find tables that have kind of the stuff I like, that's when I really have those like, oh man, they have a lot of great stuff. I wonder if there's more, because I like to bundle. Of course, the more you can bundle together, I'll even bundle with other collectors, like other YouTubers that I know. Josh and I have gone in on many deals where we both like cards. Andy and I did it at the Burbank show. So hey, you like something there too? Okay, let's see if we can get a better deal together. I can't do that with Dave because his cards are always,
No, because I'm
comments in them. Yeah, Dave, can you throw my $10 slab in with your, giant Mickey Mantle card that you want to buy? See if he'll give us a deal.
Yeah, well, you never know. You never know.
You do never know.
Are you reholdering anything or bringing anything to get slabbed?
I am bringing one card to get slabbed, Dave.
What's that?
1949 Bowman Bob Lemon rookie that you gave me.
It's altered.
So I'm not bringing anything to get slabbed.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you are kidding? Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, if it is, I didn't alter it.
I was like,
card forever.
Great.
It's
No, I want to get
it's a
that
1 or a
card
2
slabbed.
though, right? Or 1.5? I don't know.
I'm going to do it with SGC where it's, $35. It's not that. I just want it slabbed, and
Yeah.
you gave it to me, so it means a lot to me, and that's all.
I
That's
gave
all
that
I'm
to you
making.
last time for the Dallas show when you were sick as a dog. Man, you were sick as a dog.
Yeah, that's when you brought it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was laying under the table. I was. JT, you weren't there for that one, were you?
No, I don't remember that one. I wish I was. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, we did have a good time.
Yeah.
Is Caden excited, Dave?
He's super excited. I mean, he's been excited for a while, and usually he doesn't bring up stuff like that, but yeah, he's definitely excited. So we're gonna have a good time. He digs it every year, and it's pretty exciting when he knows you and Andy and Eric's names and mentions to you in you guys in conversation. That means a lot to me. It should to you too, really.
It does.
Because he really looks up to you guys, and he's looking forward to maybe going out to dinner and the whole 9 yards. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
I'm hearing more. What's cool is I'm hearing that a lot. People chatting or making comments in videos of mine saying, I'm bringing my son this year. I'm bringing my kid.
Yeah.
And it's great that people are getting, the next generation into the hobby, and that they're bringing them to the show. I mean, I remember 1990, I was 17 at my first, or 16, I guess, at my first national, but I don't have tons of memories of it other than lots of card tables. And I wasn't really a kid, but I was a teenager, I guess. So, but doing that, it's an experience unlike any other. And it's just a card show. It's just it's really not. It's more than that. There's so much corporate presence and giveaway. All of the companies pull out all the stops, right, for this show. So it's just unique. It's just different.
Yeah, a lot of action, a lot of yelling, a lot of carnival barkers out there and action and cheering, and it is. It's over there they're cheering, over here some guys yelling and throwing things. It's entertainment. I mean, they definitely got it right when they some people don't like all this corporate stuff, but I think that's very important for the forward movement of the hobby. Is some of this stuff that perhaps some of us old farts think is rather blah, but it's probably one of the most important things for, you know, the future of the hobby.
Don saying SGC, it's like I don't even know Mike anymore. Well, if PSA was $35 a card, I'd be doing it there, I promise. But they're 150, so
I think SGC might be kind of busy at those prices, and you know, usually it's, you know, PSA is always long, dreadful lines, but I think SGC might have a fair amount of business. We'll see.
I was worried about the lines being super long. It's what is it, 35, and when you get your card back when? Like it's
at the show, whatever that means, by Saturday maybe.
Saturday. Yeah.
So it's 35 a card. Yeah, I mean that's the one thing is I don't, you know, it's like going to a baseball game in the concession stands, and you're wasting innings being on the concession lines.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. Just stand in the line for.
I don't like to stand in lines at all. So I'm hoping Wednesday there won't be long lines. But no, you're right. I'm not going to stand in a line for like an amusement park for 2.5 hours for a 2-minute ride. That's dreadful.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, I guess it's the factor of being able to get your cards in and get it back in the same place. But I mean, I don't see any reason why not just ship them traditionally, and you know, it's unless you're trying to sell the card or something like that. I mean, I get, or that you're really, really, really curious and want to get that card back immediately. I just don't see the point. But that's just me.
Well, it's kind of cool to get your cards back right there. You know, I've done it the last 3 nationals. I've submitted cards to PSA, but they've been like the Bob Lemon rookie, not worth $150 to grade. It's probably not worth $150, period. So it's just not worth it. You know, if you have big cards, it's
of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, there's definitely circumstances where it does make sense, but there's no right or wrong. I mean, whatever anybody wants to do, it's, you know.
True.
Who's going to be grading with CGC except for Eric?
What are they? $15 a card?
They're pretty inexpensive. Yeah.
I think there will be people that I think CGC will be also very busy.
Will it? I
think so.
Did you see Greg's video on Midlife Sports Cards? He did the video where he bought a Whitey Ford rookie card from, I forget the name of the grading company, but he had a really good experience with them and suspected that came back. It was like an old holder. And he came back a 2, and he bought it as a 2, and he thought the card was altered somehow, and contacted the grading company, and apparently the grading company was bought out by, you know, they're trying to redesign their whole market scheme, and ended up having a really good experience. I'm trying to remember the name of the company. It's like GM something.
GMA?
It might be GMA, yeah. Because they were, it was like an old holder, and I think they were bought out. And the new owner contacted him personally and was able to pay, because I guess it was an altered card. They were not 100% sure, and lo and behold, I think Greg got his money back for how much he paid for the Whitey Ford card from GMA.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm going to get to bed here. I'm waking up early to head to the airport to get there tomorrow. JT, I'll see you at the airport. You'll pick me up.
Sure thing, buddy.
You're my Uber driver tomorrow. Sammy, see you Wednesday, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yes,
well, guys,
Wednesday, and everybody needs to show up to the YouTube get together Thursday night. What else is going on that night? Anything?
Topps Q&A typically, although it hasn't been announced publicly, and then Ryan, the official national trade night is also Thursday night. But people can come and go. You can come to both. You did it last year, right, or the year before?
I go to everything, so yeah, you can.
Yeah. It's
I
no
just
big deal.
Irish your goodbye on the way out, and you're good to go.
Yeah, come grab a piece of pizza, go to the trade night, come back, whatever. You know, we're going to be there for probably till 11 or midnight would be my guess. Easy. So, yeah, everybody come. Love to
Yeah.
meet you. You can shake Dave's hand, take a selfie with him, get his autograph, whatever you want. All right, guys. Hey, Sammy, thanks
All
for
right.
joining.
Good night. See everybody
Yeah,
in 2 days.
See you guys. All right, JT, we're out of here, man.
Yep.
I gotta end the broadcast. See you guys later. See you in Chicago.